Okay, so welcome to our today's class. I would like us to do a recap of what we discussed yesterday. Okay, as I have said, yesterday on the power pivot, the power query part, I really rushed. Okay, because I just wanted to make sure you get a new concept. Otherwise, yesterday was an introductory day. Okay, so we were to just go through the Power BI interface and how to load data. Okay, now it's time I want to review the Power BI. The Power Query topic which we discussed yesterday. So we'll start by loading our yesterday data, okay, on Power BI, okay. And if you can remember, we said that to load data, it depends with the source of the data. Like right now, our source of data, it's Excel. Okay, it's an Excel workbook. So what we are going to load, it's an Excel workbook. So to do so, you'll go to get data, then choose Excel workbook, or you can just come direct to Excel workbook. That's the second option. Or you can come and import data from Excel. They will all work. Yesterday we used this, so today I want us to use this one. Okay, so I'll just come here, click on that get data. Okay, and then I will take that is our data, that is food outlets, Power Query editor, okay, tutorial, and then I will open the data. Okay, so you'll give it some time to load. Okay, good. Now after loading the data, you'll have now these options, like all your worksheets will be displayed here. So let's assume we had a worksheet which was not relevant to that is to our what, to our study. Then it means you would select the important ones, okay, and then ignore, okay, you would ignore the the worksheet which is not of important to you. Okay, yes, so that's how you can you can select, or you can exclude a worksheet when you are loading your data in in Power BI. Okay, then after that, yesterday, remember I told you that you can load data direct or you can transform. But for our case, there's remember whatever we've highlighted, we have the purchase tracker. Let me just open the data set. Okay, let me just open the data set. So you can see this data set basically. It has what? The purchase tracker data, which is organized, well organized data. You can see we have a very well organized data, which can be used in Power BI without any issue. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say, this is clean data. Okay, let's assume you were given data like this. You are given data like this, and you are told, please organize this data, okay, in such a way that you can use it to create tables, to create charts, to create plots, or basically to do what, to create visuals on Power BI. Okay, Of course, with this kind of data, it will be hard for you to make visualizations. So that's why we want to transform it into a way that or into an organized way, which we can use to create what? Visuals. So basically what we are trying to do is we will organize this data. Okay, we will organize this data in such a way our end product will be like this. Okay, in such a way that our end product will be like this. Okay, yes, that's our objective. And to do that, you have to do what we call data transformation. That's why we are choosing what? We are choosing transform data. When it comes to loading, yes, I will show you how to load data and when to load data. Okay, we have another data set when we will be learning about that is the relationship. You can see this is a well organized data. Okay, you can see this is a well organized data. So in this case, we'll just load this data instead of transforming. I hope now the difference between the load and the transform data it's well understood. Okay, yes, now let's go and do what? And transform our data. So click transform. By the way, are we together up to that point? Maybe by show of thumbs up if we are together. All right, Daniel, Mosab, we are good. Teddy, we are good. Ian, we are good. What about Clinton? What about Joan? Yes, Victor, we are good. Dennis, we are good. Okay. In case you feel left behind, please don't hesitate to interrupt me. Okay? Yes, John.
You can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got lost. What's the difference between transform and load data?
Okay. So when it comes to that is load data, okay, I can just redo it. Okay, so let me come and select the data again. So John, when we open this data, okay, or we open this data set, we have the purchase tracker, we have pivot table, and we have purchase overview. Okay, when we look at purchase tracker, you can see this data is very well organized and it can be used to do what? To create visuals or to create report, right? But when we come to the purchase overview, this data, it's not clean, like it's not well organized, because in this format or with this kind of data, you cannot create visuals in Power BI. Okay, so we have two options here. We have good and well represented data, and we have unorganized data. Let's assume these two they were in separate worksheet. Let's assume they were in separate worksheet. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. In fact, okay, I'm going to load this table alone. Okay, so what can I do? I'll just come here. Then I will go to move or create a copy. I'll create a copy of it and then I will create a new workbook. Okay. So once I click OK, this data will be moved to a new workbook. Okay, it will be taken to a new workbook. We can save this new workbook as let's call it um, um, uh, what can I call, unclean data. Unclean data. Okay, I have that as my unclean data. Okay, and then let me come here, and then I will take also this separately. Okay, so I will create a move or copy. I will create a copy to keep it here still, and then I'll create a new workbook with that data. Okay, and you can see this is a new workbook. We are going to save it. Okay, we are going to save it. And how am I going to save it? As clean data. Okay, so for clean data, now since the data is already clean, it's a matter of what? It's a matter of, sorry, it's a matter of importing. This is clean data. It's a matter of importing, and I will select it there, and then I will load because the data is already clean. You can see the data is already clean, so I can just load it. Okay, and once I load it, I guess it's loading. Yeah, you can see it's loading. It's loading. Give it some time. It's creating some connections. So John, we load data if at all we don't want to make any change on it. Okay, mostly for clean data. All right, so in this case we have loaded already clean data. Okay, and if we come here, you'll see the data when we come to the table view. Remember, we have the report view where you create your graphs, and we have the table view where you can see your data. Okay, and we have the relationship view. Okay, and in this case it's only one table, so we cannot create relationship. You cannot create relationship for one table. It must be two or more tables. Okay, yes, so that's how we do what I'm going to delete this data from the model. Okay, if I want to clear this data, I can just come here, and then I will delete this data, and it will disappear basically. Okay, yes, so that was for clean data. We only loaded it because it's already clean. Let's now come to the unclean data. So the unclean data, we have it here. We are going to load it. Okay, then we are going to do what? We are going to that is select it, and now because this data, you can see the way it's looking like we have some null values. Okay, in the first two rows, even our column, you can see it's the labels are like column 2, column 3, like we don't know what data it is. Okay, and remember, our correct label should be this one, which are already in line number 3. Okay, so we have location, products, and then we have the dates. Okay, and the months. All right, so in this case, this data will need some transformation. We can't load it when it is like this. Even if we were to load it, then we won't be able to create tables. Okay, because the data itself it's not clean, so we might have to take it some transformations. Okay, we might do some transformation on it. And to do these transformations, they have to be done on the Power Query editor. Okay, the Power Query editor, it's where we will do the transformations. So if we click transform data, it will open the Power Query editor. Okay, it will open the Power Query editor. And under the Power Query editor, let me just enlarge it. We will have different icons, which basically I showed you yesterday. Like, you can change or you can create a new data source. You can open the most recent data sources which we've used here. You can as well do what? Change the data source here. You can manage the data source. You can change the data source. You can edit permissions. Okay, meaning basically when you edit permission, it's like you are restricting. Okay, that is the third party from maybe accessing your data. Let's assume maybe you are in your company and you have created reports which has maybe has financial reports within the same view. Okay, you have that is you have what? A page of financial report, a page of maybe performance, and you don't want other employees to see what? To see the financials of the company. So you can restrict, you can give that is, you can restrict the permissions. Okay, of who to access that financial data. Okay, and when you publish that report, any financial anyone without access to finance data cannot see that report. Okay, yes. So Power BI has that capability. Good. Now, after here, we also have like refresh. Let's assume we come to our Excel, okay, and update with data. Okay, we will it will what? Once we refresh, we will see the data. That is, we'll see the data here. Okay, like for example, let's do that and see how possible is that. And you remember, you can automate your process. Okay, so like for example, it was under unclean data. Okay, it was under unclean data. I just want to show you everything. Okay, I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so I'm just going to get the same data I have here. Okay, the same data I have here. Okay, I can just have it here, and then instead here I can just write my nickname, Abu. Okay, I can just do Abu. Okay, I can just do Abu. Okay, Abu. All right, so in this case, and then I can remove this one. Okay, I can just remove this one, or I can just keep it because I want at the end to also remove this. Okay, and then I can save this and close. Then come to my Power BI. Once I come to my Power BI, okay, like for example, if I refresh, click refresh, that is the what? The preview. And then I have already refreshed it. Okay. Then come to down here. You will see my data has been pushed to Power BI already. I updated it in Excel and it has been, with a click of refresh, it has been updated in what? That is in um, in Power BI. That's how the automation in Power BI works. Okay, so meaning you will be updating your data in your normal Excel, then refreshing, and the charts, even if you have even done the graphs, they will what? They will still they will basically refresh. Okay, yes, so I don't want that Abu data. I don't want to have the Abu data, so I can just delete it. Okay, can just delete it to keep it back to the normal. And then once I come here, I can refresh again and it will disappear. You won't see Abu data here. Okay, yes. Good. Now let's continue. Let's not lose our focus. You can as well choose columns. You can remove columns. You can do what? You can as well keep rows and you can as well remove rows. Okay. You can also come to transformation, where under transformation, you can transpose your data. Okay. You can use the first row as header. You can group by your data. Okay. You can detect that is a data type. You can split columns. Like for example, let's assume we have this that is this column. You can see it has, or let's assume we had name, full name, or two names here. Like if it is Abraham Musembi, we have Ted Ndala, we have Emma Kawira, we have John Munyua. Okay, and we want to separate the first name and the last name. That's when we use the split column, and it is will split. It's like in Excel. Okay, it's like in Excel, the way you can do what, like for example, let me just do a quick one. I know I'm trying to take you that is both Excel and Power BI so that you may see how important it is, also Excel. Okay, so let's, like for example, we have these products. They have two names. We have dried beans. It is dried and beans. We have bottled water. Okay, and we have canned vegetables. Okay, now the split basically means you just come here. Okay, like you go to data and text to columns. So like for example, if I want to split that, I'll just come to text and column, then go to the space. I will split by space and you can see the data preview has already splitted. Okay. And then once I click next and finish, you can see this data now has been separated into two different columns. Okay. That's what basically the split column works. Okay, and then you can as well perform some statistics. You can also do some calculations. Yeah, we have very many things here to do. And then we have add column. In this case, you can add columns. You can add conditional columns. You'll see how you can add conditional columns. Okay. Yes. And you can do what? You can merge columns. You can do everything. You can even do text analytics. Like, for example, if this data was from Twitter, maybe some tweets to a specific trading. Okay, like if it is hashtag, maybe president must go. Okay, you can pull that data and do what, text analytics, whereby you will be able to weigh how the basically the what how is the let's say the citizens are feeling. Okay, are they positive tweets or negative tweets? You can as well do some machine learning, okay, algorithms. Okay, yes, so you can see how powerful it is. All right, let's now come back to home. Okay, so we now need to clean this data. Okay, so to clean this data, first of all, I want us to delete the first row and the second row because they contain the what? The nulls. Then after that, we are going to promote row number 3 to be our what? Column labels. To be like our column labels here. Okay? And then we are going to do what? To remove this that is totals by removing the nulls. Okay? And then after that, we will now transform this data, we'll unpivot this data, and at the end product of our data will be like this clean data. You will have store, we'll have product, we'll have price, we'll have what? We'll have date. Okay, so in that case, let's do that. So to remove these two rows, you will have to do what? Remove row. If we were to remove a column, we could come to remove a column, but we want to remove rows first. So you just highlight one of the row, okay, and then we will go to the what? Remove rows. Okay, and then what do we want to remove? We want to remove the top rows. So you'll click remove top rows, and then it will now instruct you to enter the number of rows which you want to remove. So we want to remove only first top the first top what? The first top rows. Okay, so in this case, I've entered 2, and then I will click OK. So once I click OK, you'll see that the blank rows, all the first two rows, which had nulls, okay, they have what? They have disappeared. Okay, yes, they have disappeared. So in that case, now we want to do what? We want now to promote our what? Our first row to be our column labels. Remember, whatever we are doing here is still recorded here. You can see. So every step we do here, it's been recorded here. Like right now, we have just removed the top rows. If I were to go back to or to take back my empty or null rows, I would just come here and do what? And cancel that. And you can see I have cancelled that step, and you can now see my what? My null roles have now come back. Okay, so basically these all applied steps you do on this table, they will be recorded here. Okay, so in this case, I can just go and remove the top roles again. Okay, I just removed it because so that I can show you that step. Then after that, we want to make our first row to be our what? Our header, or to be our column header. So in that case, you'll go to transform here, where we saw use the first row as what? As headers. So in this case, you'll just come here and then use first row as headers. Then we will promote the first row as what? As our headers. And you can see it has been promoted. Yes, Daniel?
So a little bit behind. I cannot see this remove laws. Maybe uh,
Remove
if
what? The rows.
laws,
So
yes.
come home, come where we have home, and then you
Uh-huh.
will see remove rows.
Remove.
And this must
Um,
be if you transformed your data.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. It is under reduce laws. I was not able to see it.
But now you can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, it's this one. So just highlight, remove, and then remove. That is enter the two to remove the top two rows. You can do
Yeah.
that quickly.
Yes. Okay,
Okay,
now.
we are good now.
Yes.
Okay, good. How many of you we are moving together? How many are we together? Good, thank you. Nice. I can see we are moving well. Good. Let me clap hands for you. Good. Let's continue. Now, after we have done that, okay, we now want to further clean our data. We have some title roles here, okay, which we don't want, So we have two options here, okay. We can come here and filter and say remove empty. And once we remove empty, it will remove everything. Let me undo that. Okay. So once we have a drop down here, okay, this is the drop down here. Okay. You can come here and remove what? Remove empty, meaning it will uncheck anything which is null. You can as well uncheck null. Okay. But for our case, to be more accurate, because you might be having some blanks like without the term null, okay, it's better you come here and remove empty. So if we remove empty, you will find that also our total, that is our totals, the grand totals have disappeared. Okay, they have also disappeared. Okay, also let me show you. What about if I wanted to clear also the totals in this column? How would I clear the totals? Okay, I would come where we have the products, okay, and then because I cannot go manually removing the what? The Costco total, the grand total. Let's assume if we had many totals, okay, it would be tricky for me to remove all of them. So instead, I'll just come here and then do what? Do text filters, okay? Do text filters, and then I want to remove anything that contains. So just click contains, filter total, then click contains, and then you will have such that is such a pop-up window, and then apply one or more filters. But for our case, we want only to remove that is the roles that contain the term what? The term total. Okay, and then click OK. Oh, just a minute. Let me undo that. Okay, so that is, it should be capital T, total. Okay, so I can come here, all right, then go to that is text filters, okay, and then I would come here and say that is the I want to filter what contains. So I want to keep roles. Okay, this is now to keep roles. Okay, keep roles where products, okay, we can say does not contain or contains. Okay, so we want to keep the roles which does not contain what? The term total. So here you have to be very specific, okay, which does not contain the term total. So once we click OK, the totals will disappear. Even though they are, I can still see them, but I know why. Because the total, we wrote the total in what? In small letters. So we have to make sure it is capital T. We have to make sure it is capital T. So click OK. So once you click OK, anything with total, it will disappear. And you can see as well on what? On the location, the nulls have also disappeared. Okay, that's how you can also do conditional. That is a conditional filtering. Okay, it's a conditional filter. Okay, yeah, so in this case we can just come here. You can do the either way, or you can just come and remove that is the empty. Okay, now after that, you can see on the labels we have the data types. Every column has a data type. Like for example, for location, it is a text, because you can see we have text data. So if you come here where we have the ABC, okay, this ABC, it's showing the data type. So you can just click on it. It is the farthest corner here of every column. So if you click it, you'll see now the data types which we are having. We have decimal number, we have fixed decimal number, mostly for currencies, we have whole numbers, okay, we have percentage, we have date and time, we have date, we have time, we have date, time, and time zone. We have text, and also we have binary, and also conditions. Okay. Yes. So you can see that kind of data type we have. Of course, we cannot change a location to whole numbers. Otherwise, it will give us an error. Okay. It will give us error because text cannot be a number. Okay, so I've just removed that step. And maybe now we can also products, they are what, they are texts. Okay, now let's come to this part. These are what, these are numbers with decimals. But remember, in our Excel, these were what, they were prices, and they were into two decimal places. So in this case, we are going to treat them as what, fixed decimal numbers, and also we have some currency there. Okay, so make sure you select the fixed decimal. You can see how it is looking like. If we were to select maybe the to be a whole number, then we wouldn't see the what. Like for example, if I replace, you won't see any decimal. Okay, it will be whole number. Okay, and then it will change the icon. But for us, I want us to keep it as what, as a fixed. Then make sure you replace the what, the current data type. Okay, also do the same for the other ones. Also do the same for the other ones. Okay, so do the same here. If we are not, if you are left behind, or if we are not together, you can shout out, or you have a question. Now, good. We've been able to do what? We've been able to that is change our data type. Okay. Now, I really don't need what, the grand total column. Yes, Victor.
I have a query. When you are cleaning the first column,
Mm-hmm.
and we did remove the null.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Now, when for example, when you remove the null on the first column,
The totals disappeared, right?
oh, it's only the totals.
Yes.
But
Uh-huh.
no. Okay.
Please
Because
finish.
yes, does it run through the whole like the whole row? For example, if it's line number 10 that
Mhm.
had the total,
Yes,
it runs through all the columns and the rows in that particular line.
it will run across all the rows in this case.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
Sorry, along the columns. So like we had
Only the
very
column.
many, yes, we had very many nulls, right?
Mm.
And they have
Yeah.
disappeared. Yeah. But here
Yeah. Okay.
we still have some
Some nulls.
nulls. Okay. So for
Okay.
us
Yeah.
was to just clean the what?
The first column.
Yes.
Or okay.
The reason why you can see the nulls here, it's because, okay, under target flashlight, okay, they did not have any that is any cell during this date. Okay, if we were to go to Excel, sawa, okay, let's go to our Excel in February. Let's go in February. You can see it is what, let's say, come where we have this is it is called co, Costco. Okay,
Yes.
Costco, they are having they did not have water filter cell. That's why it is a null. So if we come here and then come to that is it is what, Costo, right? Let's go to
Yeah.
Costo February. You can see we don't have any
What?
what we don't have any water cell. Okay, water filter cell, sorry. Okay, that's why in this case, in our unorganized data, it returned a null.
Okay.
Are we together up to that point?
Yeah.
All right, good. It should be along the column. All right, so let's continue. We don't want this grand total column, so I will just highlight it and then remove columns. So if you highlight it and remove columns, it will do what? It will disappear. It will disappear. Okay, it will disappear. Now the last step to organize our data will be now to unpivot our what? Our this column. The column with the what? With the is it the prices? Yes, or with the cells. We want to unpivot it. Okay. So the, if you highlight this, okay, it highlights that column. What about if I want to highlight two columns? Okay, I will just click Control. The way you do also in Excel, you just click Control and then while holding Control, you'll highlight the other column you need. Okay. Now, the good thing with the Power BI is that if I highlight the first column and I highlight the third column, it will highlight the three columns. Like for example, if I light here, okay, that is, and sorry, if I light, I click Control only, and then I light the second column, it will highlight itself. Okay. If I light the first column and then while clicking Control, I had to click Shift or I add Shift. So meaning I'm long pressing Control and Shift on my keyboard, and then I light, let's say, the third column, it will highlight even the column between one and what? And the third one. Okay? Meaning, if I want to highlight all these columns once, okay, I will highlight the first column, then click Control together with Shift, Control plus Shift, and then I highlight or click the last what? The last column, and it will highlight all those columns which I wanted to highlight. Okay? All right. Then after that, I will come to transform data and I will unpivot my columns. And pivot my columns meaning I want that data to be kept as what? As rows. One column but many rows. So meaning let's say if it is date 1. Date 1 we had Costco, bolted water, we had what? The price. So this price will be for January. So we'll have the dates now, like in one column. All these columns, they will be converted into what? In fact, two columns. A column with dates and a column with what? With prices. Okay. So in this case, just highlight and then click and pivot column. And here it's where the magic will happen. Okay. It's where the magic will happen. So if you click and pivot column, then and pivot columns, the data will be transformed to what we had in Excel. And you can see, this is what we had in Excel. If I were to open the Excel, that is worksheet here, okay, you can see we have store location as our store, product as our products as our product. We have price as value here, and we have we have what? Dates as what? As attributes here. Don't worry, we are going to do other transformations, okay, to make it look like this, exactly like this. So in this case, I will just minimize that, and then I will come here. How can we, maybe for example, I want this column, okay, to be arranged the way it is in what? In Excel. I want the store, product, price, and then the date. You can as well drag what? You can always drag that is columns across. Okay. So like for example, you just come highlight this column and then you can drag it up to this point. Okay. And they will interchange. If I can take it also between the first and the second column, okay, you can drag it that way. Okay, no problem. Now let's come and clarify, maybe make our data uniform. So I'll just now change location to store. So you can as well come here where we have the location. You can just double click on the location and it will give you the option to rename, and you can rename your what? Your column to store. Okay, and it will be captured here. That process will be captured here. Okay, we can also change this. Maybe we can keep it as product. We can now change this to, was it price? Yes, it was price. We can just come here, double click on it, and then we would say it is price. Okay, then on attributes we can just also change it to dates. Okay, or dates. Okay, all right. Now you can see here date is still defined as what? As a text. Okay, which is not correct. So we will have to come here and change it to the date format. So you'll change it to date and you'll say now the that is the what? We'll have something like a calendar there. Okay, and you can see our data, it's now clean. Then this is now our clean data. Okay, and you can now come to home, close, and what? Apply. So you'll come here, close it, sorry, and apply. It is applying, give it some time. Yes, it will be now loaded to our Power BI. You can see it is now here. We have the data here. We have the store, we have the product, we have the price, and we have the what? The date. Okay. Also, when you come to the table view here, you will see your data here. We have now the we now have the view. Okay. Yes, and that's it. That's how you can transform data. That's how you can clean your data. Okay. All right. Good. We have closed that. Now let's start our today's class. Yes, Ted?
Uh, can you just go down? I have I don't know when you click on view.
Uh-huh. That is the table
Yeah,
view.
yeah, I don't know what. For me, there is one column appear sum of price. I don't know where it's coming from.
Which one?
Can I share my screen,
Yes,
please?
please. You can do it quickly so that we can continue. And team, maybe tomorrow I was requesting if we can have a class, a short one though. Oh, I know why. There is a step which you forgot to do. Okay, can you go to purchase overview? Go to purchase overview. To your right, okay? To your right, we have pivot table and we have purchase overview. To your right, not left. To the right, to where the screen of the Power BI is it's ending, okay? To your right.
Yeah.
Yes, there. Can you click the purchase overview? Yeah, you can see your data. It's now this one, okay? The one you cleaned.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Welcome. You can drop. Okay. Resume presenting. Okay, good. We are good up to that point. If we are together up to that point, thumbs up. All right. Okay. John, we are okay. What about the others? Ted, we are okay. Victor, okay. Denise, okay. Emma, are we together? Ian, Clinton, Mossab. Yes, Daniel. Daniel.
Yes, yes. I'm a little bit behind. Maybe I don't get a way of converting this in your format. Maybe I can share my screen.
Okay, you can share your screen.
Yes, let me share my screen.
You can maybe make it quick, please. Hello, Daniel. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yes. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So I'm on this page.
can you go where we have the you see to your left we have
Yes.
yes, we have three icons.
Yes.
Can you click the second icon,
This one, pivot table.
the table view? Yes, the table view. You see the table view, like to your you see where we have file,
Yes.
we have paste down. Go down, go down now. Go down where we have something like a graph. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
still,
Here,
still straight from the file. Okay, downwards, downwards.
downward,
Yes,
downward.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again down, down. There. You have these four icons which are following each other. Okay.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
click? Okay. First of all, apply changes. Click apply these changes, the yellow thing which is appearing,
The yellow.
this exclamation, there are pending changes in your query that haven't been applied, so apply changes.
Maybe here.
No, you see the yellow thing which is the one which is showing us, yes, the one just above your cursor. You can see there are pending changes in your queries, the one which is saying that. Okay, or maybe
Maybe.
it's me who can
No,
see them.
no, I'm
Maybe
not.
you see where your cursor is.
Can you read
There is
that
a sentence.
statement?
There is a sentence there. When you
Yes.
move your cursor to the right, you can
Mm-hmm.
see the white box written "Apply changes."
I cannot see the text, the message. Maybe
That one.
Where
Can
your
you
cursor
see
is,
where
there's a
your
message.
cursor is?
yes. Here,
Yes, what is there?
Yes.
Can
if
you
I
read
click
that?
I can see purchase overview. Just it's like hovering this table.
Oh, can you share your full screen, not a window, please?
Okay. Let
Yes.
me.
A minute, I connect my laptop. Oh, yes, now here. Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. Now you want to see the my view, okay? Now for
Yes.
you to see my okay, you have not,
Uh,
first of all, you have not even unpivoted the data. Can you highlight, or can you that is highlight from the third column to the last column? Oh, you are far behind. Maybe
uh,
can
yes.
you allow me, maybe I just continue, and then after this class I can show you.
Yes. No problem.
All right?
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you and sorry for that. It's because I want to cover something, okay? Little, but we can be left behind so that I can help you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Now I want us to load the second. I will still delete this. Okay. I will again delete this from model. For your case, if you don't want to delete it, you can keep it. It's because I want to teach another concept. Now, the other concept which I want to teach is on the relationships. How can we identify relationships between what? Between two tables or between even more tables. So I want us now to upload our second data set, which I shared with you. That is the food outlets relationship tutorial. Okay, just open it to load it. And since it's a clean data, we are just going to load it direct. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to highlight these 3 worksheets. I will check all them, and then instead of transforming, I'll just load the data. Okay. What errors are these? Just okay, okay. Just don't want it. Okay. So for your case, I don't think if it will give you an error. Okay. I don't think if it will give you an error. So once you do what? Once you load your data, they will come here. Okay. You will be able to see your data here. We have 3 that is tables or sheets of data. We have the that is apocalypse cells. We have the store data, and we have the what? The customer information. We have the sales data. If you expand the sales data, you'll see we have customer ID, customer name, we have the purchased date, we have the order ID, we have the product ID, we have unit sold. Okay, then under the what? Under the that is the store, we have the price, we have the product, we have name, and we have the production cost. And then under the customer, we have the customer address, city, customer that is ID, state, and zip code. Okay. Yes, I don't know why this is not charging. Just give me 1 minute. Sorry, it's now connected. Okay, so after that, if you go to the table, okay, you can see we have the different data here. Okay, we have the sales data here. Okay, we have the store data. You can see for the sales data, it has the that is the most data. Okay, then we have the store. We only have what? The store, the that is the stores which maybe produced those items. Okay, and then basically the sales data contain the customer name, the product he purchased, the order ID, the unit of the or basically the quantity. Okay, unit sold. Like for example, if it is this product 06, he bought or we sold 32 what? 32 items. Okay, in this date. That is the date of purchase. Then we have the store information. We have the product that is IDs. and you can see the product ID, basically it's water purifier. Okay, so this is the what, the kind of the product which was done, or was basically produced. Then we have the customer information. So if we go to customer information, we have different customers here. We have only how many? Four customers. Okay, and from their cities with different products. Yes, they purchase different products. Okay, yes. So now the most important thing which I wanted to teach you, it is this part. Okay, we can always move these tables. We can always move these tables. Let me just hide this, and then we can do what, we can move these tables. Okay, yes. Now within this table we have basically we have the store and the sets. Okay, and also we have customer